Perhaps that was Phil's problem. He didn't ask, Lord, in your name, show us the Father. He simply said, Master, Teacher, Lord. He forgot, perhaps. But that's sometimes the problem. In the first reading, Paul says, one who is born abnormally, which means his call was after the resurrection. He was not called directly by God. He was not born new in that regard. And so Paul is very much like those who hear the call of the Lord, are not the cradle Christians, but hear, understand, make that determination that this is the will of God for me, that I might have that new life. And so I will respond, and I will come to know the Lord. Philip and James and all the rest were simply blessed to be called directly by God, and so perhaps didn't take it as seriously. They kept looking for something else, which is just before in John's Gospel, in that famous passage, you have faith in God, have faith in me as well. And so being able to look beyond the end of our nose, being able to look beyond our own human flaws, limitations, being able to look with the eyes of faith, not merely human eyes, to see Jesus for who he is, to see a reflection of the Father in him. Sometimes you have heard it said, you are your father's son, you are your mother's daughter, because I can see in you their traits and their qualities. Really? I don't see it. I heard that growing up. The first time I said, what are you talking about? No, you do this or say that just like your dad does. Really? The imprint is there and is clearly seen by others. Sometimes it is missed by ourselves. The imprint of Christ, the imprint of God the Father, through the waters of baptism becoming his children, through that unique call of confirmation in the Eucharist, truly the brothers and sisters of Jesus Christ. So often we take things for granted, that they'll always be there and they'll always be there for us. Well, they're there, but sometimes we forget where they are. Sometimes we forget that others are called to see Christ in us. It's when we come to that realization in the depths of our hearts, by the grace of God and the power of the Holy Spirit, that we recognize Jesus. With great gratitude, we realize, with humility of heart, we know he is with us, he is within us, in every age and among every generation. Belief is put into practice and becomes the new reality for faithful discipleship.